Hello all. So far in this video series, we have seen how can we pull the records from our HR database into corresponding staging tables using full load as well as using incremental load strategy. Once we have data available in staging table, we use stored procedure to load that data into ODS table. And finally, using staging tables as well as ODS table data, we loaded dimensions and fact table using different stored procedures. Once we have data available in our star schema or data warehouse dimension and fact tables, we use SSAS Cube for further reporting or data analysis. Now in this video, we are going to use Excel Power Pivot instead of SSAS Cube for same reporting. So what I will do, I will open Excel and let's create a blank workbook. Okay, I'll go to Power Pivot tab. I will click on Manage, and no matter which reporting tool you are using, there are some generic steps involved. So if you go back to the documentation and if you go at very end, so these are the steps I have mentioned. So very first step is select the tables by creating a connection. So I will go back here. I will create a connection. Since this data warehouse database is installed on my local host or local machine, I will use local host. You can give IP address if you want, and I will define this connection name as DW. Keep this Windows authentication, and I will select the database name, which is data warehouse. I will select the tables now. I will select all the dimension tables and a fact table. Once you select your dimension and fact table, the next thing is you have to define the relationship among those tables. The same thing which we saw while preparing a SSS cube or even business objects. A very old video which I have already uploaded. You can refer that video for business object for preparing a business object universe. So I have imported all the tables, dimension and fact tables. Now, in order to define a relationship between those tables, just click on this diagram view. Arrange your tables. So perfect. Now just define the relationship. So employees dimension key will go into employees dimension. And as you can see here, it tells you the relationship and as well as filter. So if I filter out data in employees table, that will affect my fact table as well. Look at this arrow. Okay, and one to many relationship. Manager dimension key will go into manager dimension. Job dimension key will go into job dimension. Department dimension key will go into department dimension. The last location dimension key will go into location dimension. Okay, and only one dimension left out, which is date dimension. So I will use this for I will move higher date to date dimension. One goes to many. So date dimension key is primary key in my date dimension, whereas you will find repetitive value for higher date in employees dimension. This is perfect. Now, before going further, remaining steps, let's create a simple report on top of this. I'll go to Power Pivot menu, select Power Pivot, and it's the same thing which we use for doing analysis on SSS cube which we prepared. So I will create a simple report. I will find out all the employees under IT department and I need to see their salary. Okay. I will pull employee ID, first name, last name, email ID, hire date. Let's check. And what else I will do? And I need to find out their job title. So dim jobs. I will select job ID, job title. Perfect. Let me change this display option. Okay, now let's filter this data for IT programmer. Okay, now thing is, you might get confused even though I have selected IT programmer as job title, why I get to see all the records. It's that relationship is still not still did not get prepared fully because I haven't involved fact table as of now. So I will involve fact table. Yeah, perfect. So this is what I was looking for. Now there are few more things which we did when we prepared our SSS cube. First thing which we did is we combined this first name and last name as full name. Another thing which we did is instead of showing higher date, now you look at this higher date. It's meaningless kind of thing. It's integer. So we need to involve our date dimension table. Okay. So those few changes we'll do. So let's go back to our steps. So what it says is select dimension attributes and fact table attributes. After that, hide attributes which are not needed and create a view for our reporting and finally create a derived columns. So what this view means, so let's go back. Okay. Now here we added this date dimension to employees table, but we also have date in our manager dimension. So we need to involve this date dimension again so that we can join that with our manager dimension. So what I will do before that, I will rename this guy date dimension manager. Okay. And let's pull that same table again. It's kind of a view then. And data warehouse. Next. You can use the same connection instead of creating a new one. And I need date dimension now. Finish. Same thing which we performed while creating SSS cube. Okay. And I will rename this guy to date dim uh, managers. Sorry. So this has to be employees. So employees. And I will delete this relationship. Delete. I will move this table over here and I will move it over here. Higher date go will okay, and this will go into perfect. Okay. Now as you can see here, I have mentioned uh, attributes which are not needed. We just need to hide those attributes. It will be good for end user. End user will not get confused. So what I will do, I don't need to show employees dimension key as well as creation date, updation date. So I will simply select those, right click on that and click hide from client tool. Similarly, I don't need location dimension key, creation date, updation date, hide from client tool. You can delete as well, but I will not delete it. Let's keep as is. Hide from client tool. Select this, hide from client tool. Okay, and finally the job dimension, hide from client tool. Okay, another thing which we supposed to do is instead of first name, last name, we have to prepare full name as a derived column. So for that, let's go back to our data view, go to employee dimension and right click here, insert a column. I will rename this column as full space name and I will use Excel formulae to concatenate first name as well as last name equal to concat. So first name space and again I need to use concatenate and now I will use last name. Oops. Perfect. Same thing I will do for my manager dimension as well. This is dim date manager, employees, locations, dim managers. right click, insert column, rename that column as full space name, full name, and use Excel formula, the same concatenate formula to concatenate first name space concatenate last name. Perfect. Since I have full name now, I will hide those first name and last name columns from each of the dimension table. So I will go back to my manager dimension, select these two columns, right click, hide from client tool. Similarly, in employees dimension, first name, last name, right click, hide from client. One last thing which we also did is we created a hierarchy in our date dimension. So I will do the same thing here. So right click on your date dimension for employees and you will get to see the option called create hierarchy. Select that one and you can rename that. So AMP date hierarchy and expand that if you want. We just have to drag and drop columns as per need. So for employee date hierarchy, at very top in that hierarchy, date hierarchy will be year date, sorry, year. After year, I will select quarter description. After quarter, I will select year month. And finally, the creation date or calendar date. Perfect. I will create same hierarchy for our, sorry, I don't need this, delete, restore. And finally, I will create the same hierarchy in my date dimension for manager. So right click, create hierarchy, and I will give this name as uh, MGR date hierarchy. Let me maximize this guy so it will be easy for us to drag and drop the columns. Okay, so select year ID. After year ID, I will select quarter description. Okay, year month. Finally, the calendar date. Perfect. Let me click on restore. Okay, now if I go back to my pivot table, see these things got changed. So what I will do, I don't need this first name, last name. Instead, I will pull full name. Okay. Instead of this hire date, I will remove this hire date from here and I will go back to my employees dimension and I will pull employee date hierarchy. Let me move it at very first. And let's find out corresponding managers as well. So I will go to my manager dimension and I will pull full name. I'll keep it at last. So these are the managers. So, or what we can do is, let me pull this manager at very top. So these are the managers. These are the corresponding employees who joined under that respective manager. Now, if I want to see a particular date, I just have to right click here, expand and expand till calendar date. See, it's that easy. So all these employees who are who joined under IT department under these managers. So let me do one thing. Let me move this job title and job ID. Perfect. So this is how we create. There are many things you can do, but I don't want to get into all those details. The intention of this video was how can we use different reporting tool. So last time we used SSIS Cube, and this time I shown you how can we use Power Pivot. Now in next video we are going to use Power BI. Okay, so thank you for watching this video and see you in the next video.